Mgowi TV, informed economists and business perspective.
In the first place, please, you have to follow university-specific in-house style. Every university has its own style on writing dissertation.
But also poor proposal writing, also lack of concentration on the dissertation. People don't concentrate on writing whatever they want to write.
But also the length, maximum and minimum of pages. You understand from Mzumbe, I think you know the number, follow the guideline. You cannot submit a dissertation which is 30 pages, which is 20 pages, and however good it will be. This is not a term paper. So follow those things, my friends. And I've been telling some of you that there is no way I can accept this week because you have not met the minimum number of pages.
Language problems, lack of focus, you see, it brings errors. We'll say someone is not focusing on the objectives, but also ignoring the guidelines of the university is another problem.
You have to read a lot, really, in order to be able to give a proper introduction and background and the context of this chapter. You have to understand issues. What some people do is copy-pasting. Yeah, because I'm writing on SME, then everything on SME is copy and pasted there. That is wrong.
Don't hire writers, please. Write yourself. You know, if you write yourself, you shall be given a task, maybe by UN or by whatever organization, international. You can do it yourself.
Sometimes really it will be a course just on literature review, on critiquing the literature. Yes, XYZ has said this and that on this matter that I'm writing. So critique, give your own view, give your own opinion. Don't cite.
B flat for masters, that is poor grade. If you B flat, for you, focus on A first, and then B by accident, B plus by accident. No B flat. That should be your motto.
That's why I'm saying after your findings, my friend, you should not just say hallelujah, that's it. Go back to the literature and say, what did the literature say? What are my findings are? To what extent are we speaking the same language? Don't force your findings to be similar to the literature. Otherwise, there would be no need of going to the field anyway. Is
it good spelling? That's what you do, because that is a field. You see, because I've seen some people write per capita income. They say per capita income. So instead of having capita, they capital. You see, So those things have to be done because I'm the language person.
And someone tells me, but you're using a lot of effort. Why don't you put the full stop for me here? The master's thesis is not for me. I have mine already. It's yours. You have to know why the dot should be here, why the question mark should be here.
When we edit is the process of finding errors and also correcting them. Find errors and also correct them. Now the kind of errors that normally we encounter when you are editing, we have grammatical errors, we have tenses. Now the professor was talking about you submit your dissertation and then it says, I will. And then what the study area will be, whatever. And methodology will be, whatever. And dissertation. Now this one can lead to poor performance in the dissertation. So tenses are so much important. Whenever it is reporting, use the past tense. Especially in the chapter on methodology. And also on the chapter that introduced, the last part of chapter 1, that has to introduce what objectives did you address. Spelling mistakes, they are there. There are so many. Flow of ideas. You see, there is no flow of ideas. That's a big problem. Because your dissertation can be understood if the flow is logical. But if the flow is not logical, then someone can get problems with understanding. There is one dissertation by one from here. I'm still reading. I mentioned for ethical issues. You see this, something you see a good flow somewhere, then something fierce, relevant. What you do, I limit it. The other choice of words. One word, but what the vocabulary say, in certificate, you know, you say diction, means the choice of proper words. Each field, economics, they've got their own words. Accountants, they've got your own words. For us, I'm a geographer, they've got our own words. You see it? And lawyers have got their own words. And then have that team, because I teach positions for lawyers. So the teams, whatever, there, French also is there, and some Greek is there for lawyers. So choosing proper words depending on the context and what the idea that you want to put across. But also punctuations. Punctuation can make a dissertation or a sentence become empty, just because of proper punctuation. So you need to know that fertilization, also mentioned. You see, someone is fertilizing where not necessary. You see, the names are given lowercase, proper names like Ngoi. You write with the small n. It's also not with K. You see, so you should know these are mistakes that normally are done. Consistency in the way you cite, for example. Styles of citation, I teach Malay skills. We have so many. We have DK, we have Emory, we have Chicago, we have Harvard, we have Oxford. You see, there are so many. And also we have one for engineers, especially engineers. Now, for Mzumbe University, we use APA style, where you have the name, the surname, initials, you see it. And then in brackets the year, and then the title, then the place of publication, and then column the publisher's name. You see it? Now, throughout, should be so. Sometimes also consistency in terms of language, you have British and also American. So someone starts with British, and then someone American, British, American, British. Organization is not organization. Normally for British, cessation is having S. You see it? Where for American is Z. Labor for Americans is LABOR. You see it? Well, for British, it's LAOUR. So this one has to be borne in mind because the consistency can be a problem. And the examiners also look at whether we are English or British throughout or American. If this mixture, the slash commands. Relevance. We also talk about that. Make sure that everything that you talk about should be focusing on the objectives of your study, not something else. And then you have problem of length of sentences. Some sentences are too long, and therefore when a sentence too long becomes problematic in terms of understanding. See? So write short sentences. And normally, how come you write long sentences? Because you have some kind of informal language that you use. By and large. You see, someone says as much as, by and large. These ones normally they make your sentence. Or he made some contribution. In research, yes, he contributed. You see, they contributed. That's the language of research. But they made some contributions. No. That is street language in research. So to make sure that you have short sentences, avoid those kind of statements that normally they are so long. And therefore, when sentences are so short, it becomes not too short, long enough, but not too long. You see, to be clear. And then also formatting. There's been saying use Mzumbe University format. Not of Dar es Salaam University, not of Jordan, not of UDOM, not of whatever. Mzumbe University, we have got our guidelines. And I was in the team of preparing those guidelines because I was once the head of research and publications. So we prepared them.
And I think they're about to print again some more guidelines. Also, citation conventions. When you're citing, you should know how to cite. I and someone was to come here but has traveled, Mr. Nalaila, Stephen Nalaila, we have written one book, Proposal and Dissertation Writing. I think so, last year we brought some copies here. I don't know whether some copies were brought here this year, but some people back were using them here. Now, in that book, we have written a lot about quotations and citations. Now, because time is short here, if you get, it is found in the bookshops. You can get it, and you read about citation and quotations. We have so many styles. The Harvard, MLA means Modern Language Association. APA means American Psychological Association. So Mzumbe, we are using the APA style, and it has got its own principles. These conventions are principles. So in APA style, you have the name in the references, then surname, initials, and then in bracket the year, the title, then publication place, colon, and then the publish. But also you have issues of ethics. Mentioning people without any, you see, you're mentioning people's names without being allowed is unethical. Putting pictures. Now you go somewhere doing research and then you take pictures, photos of some people without having any. And I think this time they are trying to, they shall put that like a condition. If you have a photo, you should show evidence in the appendix, the consent from the respondent that I have allowed so to take my and can use it in the report. I think that is coming later. It might not touch you, but others can be so. And also, language consistency, of course, I've said American or British. Now, why editing? First of all, for quality. And that is prime thing, quality. You see, we have deadlines, of course. I mean, I can see some students say, hey, I want to marry the deadline, but the quality of dissertation is very poor. Now, what is good? Submitting poor quality dissertation, and then you get postgrad diploma instead of masters, or taking some time, because I've seen some people even extending. They can say, no, let me postpone this year because my dissertation is not good. I don't say you should do so. Should do so. That should be the last resort or decision. Some people extend even to the next year, academic year, just for quality, so that when they submit, they have A or B plus material. Because B flat for masters, that is poor grade. If you have B flat, for you, focus on A first, and then B by accident, B plus by accident. No B flat. That should be your motto. You see, eh? A first, and then by accident, B plus. I remember I was studying at Umbwe in A level. Now Eka, we are getting 1 and 2. If someone could get division 3 could cry, and one who is having 2 is very much unhappy. So even for you, focus on A, and then B plus. I did my master at UDism. We had a large class like this one. Half of the class was A, and then they made what they said we broke record, and a class was B plus. Only 2 got B flat. You see, and these were very problematic. So it is possible for you all to have a half this wing A, and this wing B plus, or this way A, this B plus. You see, then then the other issue, another why the other rationale for editing, credibility for university, for a student, and even for the supervisor. You see, if the work is poor, they despise you, a student. They also say, no, supervisor is also problematic here. Even the university is also poor, and the ranking of the university goes down. You see, because of poor quality. The other, to convince readers. If your work is okay, you can convince other students who are coming to search for your work and even read how methodology is being done, how discussions are being done, you see, by using your work. So it can be a reference. And even professor can say, now go for Mtafia's work. Can say, now please, when the other batch comes, say, now I want you to go and read Mtafia's work. Why? Because it is good. He read, convinced that this material. The other, good scores. For you, if you don't edit and then you have so many mistakes, you see, that it means that the scores go down. This is where I now get B flat or C. Then publication eligibility. If your work is good, professor or doctor can decide publishing your work. We normally publish with our students. I also supervise masters students. Here I used to supervise masters MBA corporate management when the staff was not enough. Now they're enough, so I'm just based in the main campus. You see, but we publish with the students. So you have Mtafia as first author, and Professor Ngoi as second author, because that is your dissertation, so your name should become first. And then the supervisor's name comes second. So he can get promotion for that, and also your name can be seen because it is put online. And some people might have been appointed because of their works online to be somebody somewhere. You see. And then editing that we do, the types of editing. There is editing that is technical. This is done by an expert. If it is economics, then is done by the economics expert to see whether the content is in line with the dynamics of economics field. You see, what does it relate to economics? This can't be done by me because I'm the geographer and language expert linguist. So that can be done, economics can be done by Professor Ngoi. It is issue of publication human resource can be done by Dr. Faiza. For me, if you bring environmental issues, population issues, you see, economics also they have population. I can do it. You see. Then language editing, we see whether it is correct or whatever. Now this is done by the linguist like me, what I do. But also there is copy editing. Now this one is to do with so many things about the dissertation. Yeah? Punctuations, we look at formatting. This is what we do. References that we have written, are they conforming to APA style? The paragraph that used, are they proportional to each other? Because some people write 3 lines, then they skip, that is paragraph. That is also poor. You don't have a paragraph of 3 lines. There are so many dissertations that we normally edit. We say 3 lines, it skips paragraph. Now that is also another area, but also the way you write titles of the figures, of the tables, sentence length. Those. Now, when do you edit? When do you edit? Something that the editing can start at the end of, you know, edit as you write. That is the language I can emphasize. Edit as you write. When I was doing my master dissertation, I was editing even the problem statement. I go over again, I edit. Each paragraph, I go over again, I edit. So, edit as you write. Now, it should start with the researcher himself or herself. Then others should follow. So, it means that edit your work before the supervisor tells you, send to the other editor. Now, for you, the editing, you might not be good at language, but you see whether you can understand. You see, can someone else, when you're reading, understand my work? That's what you do. are the vocabulary that I've used. Ceteris paribus. Is it good spelling? That's what you do, because that is your field. You see, because I've seen some people write per capita income, they say per capita income. So instead of having capita, they capital. You see, so those things have to be that, because I'm the language person. So if I'm adding lawyers' work, and there are Latin words, you're the one who knows. There are so many words like redendo, singular, singulis. There are so many, use them generis rule. So they are the ones who know. But if we has made mistakes, even the names that have used, are they consistent? Someone writes Msabila. So another part he writes Msambila. There's some Msabili. You see, you do it yourself. See, then the other aspect, reasons why do errors occur in dissertations. This is very much important for you to know. First of all, when the students are not serious, you see, if a student is not serious, then errors occur. Taking dissertation, and mind you, of course, Professor forgot telling you, I think you know, because you know, dissertation has more marks than the coursework. These 3 times, or twice, has more weight. Has more weight. For example, if you want to be employed at Salaam University, the first thing that they should ask you, how much do you get in dissertation? You might be having A in coursework, and then C dissertation. They say no, we are not fit here. You see, so dissertation has got more weight than coursework. You see, of course, in terms of, I say, you go for how many semesters? 2. Dissertation, is it 2? Now here, I can see that the dissertation is stronger than the coursework that you do. And then you have a lack of personal program. Some people don't know your timetable. You see, that I shall do this, I shall do research review up to this time, then the next week will be problem settlement, another week will be analysis. People don't have that program. Some people happen that, next week is submission, let me analyze. You see, now errors come there. Poor reading of literature, of other people's works, also brings in a chance for you to do some errors. If you read other people's works, you learn how to write best. You see, and also poor background in research. If you don't have good background, you don't train yourself. Of course, there's knowledge from the class, but also knowledge from your own efforts. We have books. We have mentioned Kothari, Babie, and there are so many books on research, and also online. And I put the SCOM is online, and others. Language problems, lack of focus. You see, and brings errors. We'll say someone is not focusing on the objectives, but also ignoring the guidelines of the university is another problem. If I ask you, because those guidelines are supposed to be, each of you should have a copy. Have you ever got those copies? Very good. It means that here you are okay. Then, but you can have a copy and not reading those guidelines. You put it on shelf, another area. Then you have poor topic choice. If of course you are through that level, you have chosen your topics, is okay because you are under supervisors, but also poor problem definition. If the problem is not clear, is another area where we get problems. The problem says this, findings say this, conclusion says this.